Everything you need to know about SpaceX Starlink Satellites. On the 30th of August, news came out that Royal Caribbean Cruises will partner up with SpaceX for onboard internet using SpaceX Starlink Satellites. Of course, in February this year, SpaceX's Starlink Satellites made headlines when they were employed for a much more dire cause. This was when Musk tweeted that he would use them to provide free internet for Ukraine after Russia's invasion. But what exactly are Starlink satellites? How do they work? And why are they so innovative? Let's go over the technical details in today's video. But before we begin, welcome to Elon Musk Times, the place to be for news about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and today, the ins and outs of Starlink satellites. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit the bell icon to never miss a video. Okay then, let's dive right in. What are the Starlink satellites? Musk is a well-known figure for quite a number of reasons. The eccentric billionaire made his fortune from his crazy ideas that many people said would never work. His status on the Forbes list has proven quite many people wrong. Starlink is another one of his crazy ideas that are designed to change the world and how we interact with it. To understand what Starlink is, we must first discuss SpaceX. Musk intends to create another Earth on Mars, and SpaceX is how he plans to do that. Musk designed SpaceX to send satellites and people to space and pretty much conquer it. In the middle of space exploration, another opportunity for innovation sprang forth called Starlink. The unique division's name is also the name of the company's growing network of orbital satellites. Starlink is a division within SpaceX that was carved out in 2015. The innovative division launched its first prototype satellites into orbit in 2018. Since then, the mother company has sent thousands of Starlink satellites into the sky. The innovative idea that Musk and his brainiac team over at SpaceX had is quite simple when you think about it. Starlink was created as a venture that will sell internet connections to almost everyone globally through a growing network of private satellites in orbit. This ingenious way of providing internet connection is the perfect solution for rural and geographically isolated areas with unreliable or non-existent internet connection. After years of development, Starlink now has well over 2,000 active satellites orbiting overhead, ready to provide speedy internet services to anyone, anywhere on Earth. Currently, Starlink offers internet services to 32 countries all over the world. As everyone wants a taste of the good stuff, the SpaceX division is facing a backlog of prospective customers who are waiting to receive the necessary equipment needed to start enjoying an optimum internet connection. So how do these Starlink satellites work? Starlink is using a constellation of low Earth orbit, or LEO, satellites to provide high-speed internet services. Other internet service providers often use cable technology like fiber optics to provide internet services. Starlink, on the other hand, uses radio signals to provide internet services through space. A ground station broadcasts the signals to the satellites in orbit. The satellites then return the signal back to Starlink users on Earth. The whole plan for creating a new division within SpaceX is to create a low-latency network in space that can provide fast internet service and edgy computing back on Earth. The great aim didn't come without its challenges. The biggest stumbling block was the creation of a global network in outer space that could easily transmit the needed service back to Earth. This challenge was made even bigger as low latency is in significantly large demand. To combat this, SpaceX proposed a constellation of almost 42,000 tablet-sized satellites up there in low orbit. Each satellite in the Starlink constellation weighs 573 pounds, or 260 kilograms, and has a flat body. One SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket can fit up to 60 satellites. Once in orbit, the satellites are powered via a large solar array. The main part of the satellite has 4 powerful antennas that are to be used for the transmission of the internet. These satellites rely on a series of lasers to link the other 4 antennas of the other satellites together in orbit. How are they so innovative? The space game is a highly competitive and ever-shifting field. Starlink does not have a monopoly on ideas, as there are other players in the field too. Some of its competitors include OneWeb, HughesNet, Viasat, and Amazon. Nonetheless, there are a number of things that set Starlink apart from its competitors and provide several improvements in crucial aspects. Starlink is foregoing the use of large satellites unlike many of its competitors. Many other businesses in this game seem to think the bigger, the better. Following that line of thinking, many of them try to put big satellites up in the sky. Starlink decided to take a different approach by using the small but mighty mindset. Where many other companies choose to make use of a couple of big satellites, Starlink's making use of thousands of small ones. Those LEO satellites will only be about 300 miles above surface level and circle the Earth. The shortened distance not only reduces the latency levels, but it also increases the internet speeds. The latest Starlink satellites are also equipped with laser communication elements that make it easy to transmit signals between satellites. This sharp thinking significantly reduces the dependency on multiple ground stations, thus giving it an edge over many of its competitors. Being part of the parent company, SpaceX, is also a huge bonus that cannot be overlooked. SpaceX has been responsible for launching the Starlink satellites into the lower orbit. SpaceX also conducts regular partner launches for Starlink. This is a huge bonus that many other satellite internet providers do not have due to the high cost involved. Starlink satellites are also famously used for military purposes. In the heat of the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, Musk and Starlink have been invaluable in rendering assistance to Ukraine. SpaceX provided high-speed internet services to Ukraine by offering tons of satellite communication devices. This generous gesture also revealed the military capabilities that Starlink could provide. The U.S. Air Force is currently in the works with Starlink to support its operations in Europe and Africa. Although the idea was designed to be a civilian program, it also comes with a solid military background. This is quite clear as some of the launch sites for Starlink are built within the Vandenberg Air Force Base. In addition, Starlink recently announced that the U.S. Air Force's Europe Air Forces Africa will be purchasing services from Starlink to support the 86th Airlift Wing based at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. There is no denying that Starlink in Ukraine has been an eye-opener about the services the internet company could provide when put to the test. The exact sentiment was revealed in an official document where Starlink was referred to as the only network that is currently being used in a contested environment. So are Starlink satellites the next big thing? Currently, Starlink has about 400,000 users all over the world and a waiting list that grows even longer by the minute. As many people hope for faster internet, the company seems to be operating on a first-come, first-served basis. Currently, Starlink costs $110 a month. There are other fees attached to the service, like the one-time $599 fee for the Starlink satellite dish and a Wi-Fi router. Although it seems pricey, many reviews reveal that it is definitely worth every penny. Alright, so what do you guys have to say about this? Are you a Starlink user? Let us know in the comments below. We're curious to know your opinion on it and if you have experience using Starlink. Also, you can leave us a fist bump if you like the video. We would surely appreciate that. Subscribe to our channel and make sure you hit that bell icon too so you don't miss our next video. You'll always be notified of our latest uploads when you subscribe. We sincerely hope you have the best day and we look forward to seeing you in our next one. Thanks for watching.